How's it going, fellow Earth Charter classmates? I'm first going to take a minute to introduce myself before I get started with my presentation. My name is Wesley Skinner. I'm a senior here at Florida Gulf Coast, and I'm majoring in integrated studies, and I have a passion for preserving the environment and living as sustainable as possible. I chose pillar number 14 because I think that this pillar could have the greatest effect on the environment and the future of the Earth for generations to come. Pillar 14's main topics are, quote unquote, integrate into formal education and lifelong learning the knowledge, values, and skills needed for a sustainable way of life. So I chose this pillar because I think it is extremely important for not only college students, but people of all ages to learn the importance of living sustainably and taking care of the natural environment. And what better way to implement that into the school system than to take a trip up to the springs in North Florida, Jenny Springs in particular, and we did this as a club, and we wanted to clean up trash in and around the springs with fellow students, not only from Florida Gulf Coast, but several other colleges were involved. So this is a big deal. And it was pretty exciting to have all these colleges come together, work together, and all have the same passion for cleaning up the environment and wanting to better the environment. So, the objectives of my project were to plan, organize, facilitate, and take action as a group of college students who wanted to learn more about the environment, clean up an area that would otherwise be pristine if it weren't for human interaction and interference. We also wanted to learn how to implement sustainability and good environmental practices into our own lives. The validity of my project can be seen through pictures of us as a group at the springs, pictures of trash we collected at the springs, and individual pictures of us with trash at the springs. And those pictures will be posted throughout my presentation. So, the action involved in this project was more planning and organizing than anything. The reason for this is because I had to call and reserve campsites at the spring because of the large group we had coming. We had over 20 students just from Florida Gulf Coast participating in this, and this was actually the spearfishing club I'm a part of, and my roommate is actually the president of. I've been a part of the spearfishing club for all 5 years that I've been at Florida Gulf Coast, and both my roommates have been past and current presidents. So we're always trying to do things to give back to the community, and this is just one of the ways we like to give back. We do multiple beach cleanups and other kind of cleanups, and we try to go up to the springs almost every year and do a cleanup and just camp out. Other than that, I had to organize rides because not everyone has a vehicle to get up to the springs, and on top of that, it's 4 hours away, so a lot of people want a carpool, and we had to try and organize and make sure everyone had a ride, and we had multiple meetings before the actual springs trip throughout the year to make sure everyone knew the date, had their waivers signed, knew everything was going on, and just made sure everyone knew what was going to happen and was ready for the springs trip and had a ride to get there and back. We also had to set up times where we wanted people to pick up trash in different areas because we didn't want to all just walk in one big line and have all 20 of us or more than 20 of us just walk in one line and pick up the same trash essentially, because the people in the front would be getting all the trash and everyone in the back probably wouldn't have very much trash to get other than a few leftovers that people in the front didn't find. So we had everyone split up into smaller groups, 2 to 4 people, and we sent people in different areas so that we could be more effective. And we considered this the divide and conquer method. So we divided our groups, conquered little areas, and covered more ground more efficiently and effectively than we would have if we were in a big group. So yeah, that's pretty much what we did while we were there. We just split up, cleaned up different areas, all met up back at the campsite a couple hours later and threw all our trash away. But so the results of this cleanup were pretty clear. After our project and results, after our project, we resulted in a cleaner campsite and cleaner parking area, cleaner riverbanks, cleaner waterways, and an overall cleaner environment for others to enjoy. The impact we had on Jenny Springs may not seem like much, because picking up trash is such a small project in the big picture of pillar number 14's main topic, integrate into formal education and lifelong learning the knowledge, values, skills needed for a sustainable way of life. But I would like to think that we made a big difference in the overall cleanliness of the camp area and made it look a whole lot better. We could have potentially saved many birds, fish, and other wildlife from ingesting some of the trash that we removed, and I'm sure everyone who is involved in this cleanup would agree that we feel like we made a big difference in the overall appearance and cleanliness of the Jenny Springs area. So this is connected to the Earth Charter because the project relates in many ways to many of the different pillars, not only pillar 14, which I decided to do my project on. We gave back to the community, involved students in giving back to the environment, and involved lifelong knowledge, values, and skills into living a sustainable life, and many students were involved in their first overnight camping trip in the woods and sleeping in a tent. Getting to experience something like this is something that not everyone gets to experience, and I think they will better equip people to appreciate the environment and the natural beauty for the environment, and maybe later on in life go out of their way to pick up trash, not throw trash out their window, or just affect them that they can enjoy the environment and hopefully live more sustainably someday. I think that everyone should have the opportunity to go camp and enjoy the natural environment and get off their cell phone, get off the internet, and just be immersed in the environment and give back to the environment as much as they can. And that's it for now. Thanks.